Hello and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2, following my career, MrFarquar Freights. You join me in Birmingham. Now we are going to free roll it here in Birmingham. We're going to head out into town and see what's available. I did have a little look, I believe there should be a roller down at Sand Buildings. So we're going to try and head there first. If not, there is a logging yard where we may be able to get some work. So let's go, let's see if we can get that roller. Sand Buildings is just right at this roundabout, so if we traffic, keep going, lovely. Now the roller, I think it was to Portsmouth or Southampton. I think it only had a few hours left on it when I checked it, and I do faff about at the start of these, so it may have gone. What can we see in the yard? Oh, that looked like there's a roller there. Let's see if we can nab it. Nice job that. So we got ourselves all hooked up. It's 14 grand to take this down to Portsmouth. So I was a 50% chance of getting it right. So that's where we're going. It was set up on a much longer flatbed, so I've gone for a shorter option. And we are all set up, ready to go. So let's hit the road, as our friend has already said. I've gone for this one because I want a reasonably short job. You do need to get back out of the UK, I do know that. You spend a lot of time here. But I've just done a long recording today, and I want to make sure I've got ETS for those that enjoy the ETS. So even if that's a little bit of a short one, we're still getting it done and we're getting out there, and you get to hear me waffle, which is what everyone likes. They probably don't care about the truck. It's here for me. No, they care about the truck. It's definitely that's definitely why they're here. Not for me at all.
At the roundabout,
Birmingham to Portsmouth. I mean, it's still a good day's drive. Oh, better let you go first. See, old me would have pulled out on that one. Probably going to pull out on this one. Old me would have tried to risk it. I'm trying to be more sensible. I'm trying to be a better driver.
Exit now.
I watch my mate a bit and I just see how smooth he is and how nice it is to watch him sometimes, and I need to be more like that.
Turn left.
Admittedly, he's not always chatting through them, so that does take some of the pressure off. You can just concentrate on the drive. It's obviously easier. Show up clipping barriers. But me, I like to have a little ramble. Sometimes we stick a tune on, sometimes we stick an 8-bit tune on. So as a thanks to him, check him out if you've not already. Subscribe to his channel, it's brilliant. If you like ETS, you'll probably prefer him to me. But he's a good man. He lets me borrow his music. I love watching his content. He's really smashing out the ATS these days with all the new content, showing us the map there. So yeah, show him some love. But back to today, we're looking for a nice smooth trip, not poodling along at 30 miles. Well, actually we probably won't poodle along at 30. It is a 30. Now we can put our foot down. No ticket. We got one ticket last time out, if I recall, because I wasn't paying attention on a roundabout and I ran a red light. I didn't even see the lights. And that's what I'm going with. I didn't even see it. It's pretty standard for MrFarquar driving that, and a pretty lame excuse all the same. Now we got a diversion last time out as well, so I'm hoping we don't get one today. We don't want to have to extend more than we need to. Just going to reset my head. I felt like I was out. I think I need to adjust, because there's more comfortable for me. That's where we need to be. So I need to move over. Thank you, Mr. Yellow Car.
Go straight on.
Just relax. Be sensible with it. Be sensible with it. I've been busy on the FS, getting quite a long recording in this evening. A Shire farm if anyone who watches here, watches the FS, you might know what I'm talking about. Logan watches every series. But that's in that series I record a whole month in one go. So it's a 2-day month. And on Maypole we record a day at a time. And that takes about an hour and a half, hour and 20, hour and a half, depending on what time we start. Doing 2 of them easily stretches out over 3 hours sometimes, and that's a long recording. So that's what I've been doing. But I've got a little extra voice in me because I try not to talk too much in them. I never manage to keep them down, but I do try. Try not to rabble when I don't need to, and just show a bit of the job, move on, show a bit of the job, move on. It's not the most timely and presentable way of doing it, I know, because people like to see jobs completed, but we're doing something different. We're not doing like a role play of well, we are playing farmer, but the role play of a farmer. We're not doing a traditional let's play. We're doing a challenge. We're trying to smash out jobs, getting workers in, and yeah, I'm having fun with it. So I hope other people are enjoying that. As for the truck in front, this should be 2 weeks back to back with trucking episodes. So that's a good start. And I was just saying to 8-Bit earlier that I might try, since I've been enjoying the farm streams, and I imagine I won't get as many people turn up for trucking streams.
Go straight on.
And I have spoken many times now about streaming this, but I don't want to break the sequence of when I'm recording to felt like that was wrong there. Yeah, when I'm recording to then going live and things like that. So what I'm thinking is maybe I've got all the maps for it. I like playing it. I've only recorded 2 episodes before, and they're still sitting on a separate hard drive from a long time ago. Might try and do some late night ATS streams. That's something I can do for maybe an hour after I've done all the recordings and such, and just sort of relax and unwind from my evening, rather than just sitting there going into like this endless pit on YouTube and Twitter. Do something a little bit more creative that'll help the channel and that'll provide content for you guys. That's what I'm thinking. Now when I say that still could mean a week or 2 before that's implemented. It doesn't mean like tomorrow night we're going to have this, that and the other. But I would like to be able to do it because I do like playing ATS. The environment is completely different. It's beautiful, but it's different, and I really enjoy it. It's a different sort of trucking, different rules. You know, the map is on a massive scale, obviously, as well. And there's so much of that I haven't seen because I only play that every now and then. So much of that I haven't. There's a lot here I haven't seen. But there's so much of that I haven't seen. I keep adding the map expansions, but I've barely visited all the base game states. So lots to be done. And it still stays then within the simulation range of what people seem to enjoy watching here on my channel. I've asked many times about what people want to see and do, and I had a little bit of feedback from Cavalier Roy, my friend Cavalier Roy, the map maker, Mr. Maypole Farms, and as I've said a couple of times before, considering a second channel to put the different content on, and he came back with saying, why don't you do another channel, put your other content on that, keep everything sort of simulation here. And I've been thinking about that, but again it's a time thing, implementing it and having the time to record, so that'd be something I'd have to like get quite a bit of content on before I released it to give me that buffer to be able to continue on a series. So, but that may be something else that comes next year. I've already done a bit of channel art for it. I did it way back when I first considered it, after Horizon Zero Dawn sort of flopped on it. Yeah, I was still insistent that I would put Death Stranding, which I do want to finish, and I probably will try and finish on here because I started it here rather than trying to move it over. yeah, there's things I want to do, other games I want to play, and I understand it's not everyone. A lot of people that like simulators only like simulators, and that's fair enough. And I don't want to harm the content that's going out there by putting stuff out that's, you know, just getting in the way of it or clogging up the schedule. But that could mean a slightly reduced schedule, or this schedule here not building up to 7 days again, because that's what we were doing. We were doing 7 days, whereas it might stay at, say, 5 days and then have 3 days on the other one. We shall see. These are all things I'm always thinking about to go forward, to try and, you know, help progress with this. I don't want to say this dream, never dreamed of being a YouTuber or nothing like that, but it's become something I've really interested in, really pushed towards, and quite driven to do. I want to improve my setup. I want to, you know, improve the quality of what I'm doing. Not everyone notices it, but with certain videos and certain content, I'm trying different styles, trying to do different things. Obviously recently been trying to put out like small snippet, as if promo videos for FS Landscaping's Ballon Road dairy farming map. Trying to do that in a different style, show it off. I mean, I don't talk on him, or I haven't yet. Just sequences of how I know he would like it to be played, because it's done in a mindset of, this is a role-play map. You should role-play, you know, it's Tom Pemberton's farm. You should role-play in a Tom Pemberton fashion. So just trying to be doing a bit of that. That's been fun, but again, it's completely different way of recording, completely different way of presenting and editing, and trying to do it differently. So, you know, that's all fun, and that's all part of the learning curve of what we're doing here. There was a video that went out, it was only like 3.5 minutes long, and it took me over 4 hours, or over 3 hours, sorry, to make, from deciding to set it up, to recording it, to editing it, and hitting render. That was 3 hours plus. Then waiting on the render, then waiting on the upload. It's a long process for just a short video. Whereas my usual form of a chatty let's play and that style, you know, I talk and I do. I cut out the bits where I'm quiet. I cut out the bits that are boring, and we just generally go with it. To have that mindset of, right, I want this, I want that angle, I want to do something with this and something with that. It's not what I normally do. But again, fun to do. I'm not good enough at doing the outer cab stuff to do that here, whereas I see other people are. I mean, 8-Bit does. He does the outer cab and he'll go for quite a way, and he can do the drifting along with the external camera and stuff like that. It looks really good. That's why I always say it's such a well-packaged channel. Such quality content. Eyes need to be on it. Just been following the sat nav. I haven't really paid attention to where we are. It's a bit naughty on me. I do like to try and keep track of where we're going as we pass through the country and countries. I want to move over and then move out, just to make sure. Actually, I'll probably stay where I am for now. Don't need to slow traffic down. I think we might need to move over in a bit. See if we can read the sign. Birmingham, M40, Oxford. So this chappie, I have to slow down to get behind him, I think.
Keep right.
Hopefully the one behind is going to let me filter in. London and Uxbridge. Here come the Popo. You have to be careful. Sometimes you can get fined for inappropriate use of your horn, I think. I'm sure I've had that before. When sitting there going a bit mental, off screen. Oh mate, you're going down. You can't go down there. You'll fall off the edge of the world. He's risking it. I was watching a chap. Oh, I forget his name. I feel bad now. I forget his name. He was playing American Truck Simulator, and he was doing it like old style. He'd found someone that had made a digital map of ATS that you could download, so you could have it like as a physical paper map. So he'd done that, so rather than have an American map, it's an ATS map of America, because not all the roads and the junctions are exactly where they are and should be and whatnot. Disables the GPS, doesn't use any HUD, and just follows the road signs to do his journey. And if he gets lost or struggles to find his way, he pulls over, pulls out his paper map, and then pops up the digital version, obviously in the video, and then plots his route and tries to work out where he is via landmarks, because there's no tracking on this external map. Such a good video. I need to go back and find out who that is, and I will try and put a link to him down in the bottom there, because that was such a good such a good video. I was watching it the other weekend when my eldest daughter come to stay with her partner, and them two of my missus, they didn't really understand what I was watching, because I put it on the big screen in the lounge, because I often put my content on the big screen in the lounge. Oh, you're not going to believe this, my mouse has decided to go to sleep on me and not wake up, so I can't look anywhere. I'm going to take the battery out. This is how good I am. We've slowed down to 40. Take the battery out. Reset the mouse. There you go. You hear me clicking it. I'll have a little shake of the head in a minute. There we go. Back to life. Oh, that was worrying. I knew it weren't dead. I only changed the battery in it the other day. Alright, here we go. Yeah, so they didn't understand at all what I was watching or why I was impressed with it. It was just a man driving his digital truck. But he was doing it without a map, he was doing it without guidance, he was doing it having to read signposts, having to slow down, check the signposts, check he was on the right interstate, check he was on the right roads, and that was cool. I enjoyed it. They didn't. It was probably weird evening television for them, but I was fed up of watching CBeebies for the boy for the day, and I was trying to be somewhat sociable because we had guests, so trucking went on downstairs. I often tell people I put them on the big screen. You know, I just think it's nice for them to know, not only, you know, not just being watched on a phone, you're not being watched on a PC monitor, you're actually on the big lounge telly. That's how much I enjoy your content. But yeah, I'm going to have to go back through my viewing history of the last 2 weeks and try and find that, but I will.
Exit left.
I didn't hit sub because it was the first video I watched. Don't normally do that on the first video. Cool, we've got a bit of traffic here. But yeah, I wish I had, just so I could follow it, because normally you watch something and then their content just get recommended to you, so I was going to wait and see what else turned up and then make a decision on the sub. I think we're okay for going right here. We should be on the outside as we turn in. You'll struggle to get one of them this week. They're on strike. Their choice, up to them. They should all, everyone that works for NHS should be paid more. I was trying to have this discussion with my old dear the other day, and she was like, oh, but everyone deserves more. But if you pay everyone more, then everything goes up in value. It does, everything does cost more if you pay everyone more. I'm not saying you want to pay everyone more. I'm saying that the backbone of the country, those people, need paying more. NHS workers, rail workers, anyone that does the roads, anyone that keeps the country going, all them people who were fucking clapping for, like the SEALs, a couple of years ago, yeah, they're all forgotten about now, and they're like, fuck you, we're on strike, respect me. So, you know what, on with them. I need to come over, mate, I need to come over. Thank you. Yeah, not everyone's for that sort of stuff, but yeah, I'm not one of these sort of anti-establishment people, not at all. But for those that have got a reason, stand up for it, stand up for your worth. You know, my partner works for the NHS. She's, you know, she's, what, 3.5, 4 years at uni, and then went and did another year at uni, or another year and a half, 2 years at uni, to try and get into more of a specialist in what she does. So 6 years at uni, 70 grand in debt. She should be paid. She should be paid. But it just still gets... What the people look at it and say, oh, they're greedy, they want more. You don't have to do that job. No, you don't. But most people can't do her job. Most people aren't smart enough to go to uni for the 6 years and do her job, so that's why you get paid. Or why they should get paid. You know, an accountant that went to university, or hopefully went to university, college, doesn't need to know as much and in the same extent as these people do. Lives aren't on the line like these people do. Tell you what, they earn 2 or 3 times more because they can. What if a nurse or doctor or whoever, a radiographer, a sonographer, said, right, I want this, if not, you don't get it. It's, you know, again, that does risk going into that whole privatisation thing. Don't want that either. That would defy purpose. But there's a balance that needs to be found. And ignoring people, and just like they do at the minute, they said, oh, they're not sitting at the table having discussions, we'll just bring the army in to do it. Oh dear. That's not the answer. Really isn't. And those guys should be paid more. I know they're just bringing them in for like ambulance driving and stuff, but if they're there to do all that plus everything they do, they need paying more. They aren't paid a lot, and they're not supported after either.
Turn right.
Not enough. Nice little view down there. So I've been rambling, we haven't had much outer cab today. It's Britain, most of you have seen it, most of you live here. Most of you, not all of you, there's some of you that don't.
Get ready to turn right.
Haven't heard much from my friend in South Africa for a while. Hopefully I haven't lost an international viewer. Hopefully I haven't done or said something to offend them. I mean, I am what I am, but still, it was nice knowing that you're getting your views from around the world. That's pretty cool. Well, we got a little blip on the GPS. We've nearly arrived. We have nearly succeeded in a successful trip. Now it's all going to be dependent on where the parking is. I'd love a little pull up and be done with it. As you come in and you can see the port. So cool. We live by a port, well it's, you know, up the road, but it doesn't look nice as you pull in. Miserable and grey. Nice and easy, take it easy. We're in good time.
Keep left, and then turn left.
Okay. I think we're going to Stokes. Everything goes to Stokes eventually, don't it? Looks like Stokes. It's Stokes, it's over there, it's in front of me. I'm trying to read Stokes on there. Stokes is up there. It's crazy! She looked miserable. Lovely job.
Turn right.
we want to stick it over there on the left hand side as we come in, please. Thank you very much. It looks like it is as well. That's marvellous.
It's all over now.
Oh, lovely. A nice easy one. Line ourselves up. Roll in. Perfect! That is probably the most successful job we've done in a long time. 270 miles, 6 hours, just under 7 hours. Not bad at all. What did we get? It was 14 grand. Cool. We had a good look at our drivers last time out as we purchased a new car and hired a new driver. We'll check in on them in a couple of journeys' time, see what sort of money they're making, see how their training's coming along. But that is it for today. A nice smooth trip, just what I was after. Showing a little bit of skill, even with having to change the mouse or sort the mouse out and reset it. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, give it a big fat thumbs up down below. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, turn your bell notification on, find out when new videos are going live. As always, comments and feedback down there. All the things I ask about, let me know. And share your opinions on the dumb stuff that I ramble about. That no one's going to take offence here. And if anyone starts bickering and arguing in the comments, they kick on. We don't do that. Also, come and join us in the Discord, because there you can argue, bicker and do what you like without being rude. Hopefully, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.